and welcome to MIJIB'S world. My name is Miji Blessing Waji. If you're just joining us for the first time, please do well to press the subscribe button and the bell down there so that anytime we post a new video, you always get notification. And for our old family members, welcome back. Okay, guys, 200 subscribers is actually worth dancing for. Thank you very much. Thank you for the show of love. Honestly, I am very grateful. Thank you very much. All right, before we dive into today's video, okay, I know I told you we were going to drop like 5 episodes of my lecturer and I. Is currently on hold for one reason or the other. Trust COVID-19. Anyway, so it's currently on hold. So we'll continue with our gist and other things before we resume back on my lecture. And I thank you so much for the show of love. 200 subscribers. All right, so today we'll be talking about something very important. I'm going to be sharing my personal life experience with you all, because I love you and I wouldn't want you to make mistakes. Yeah, so that's what I'm sharing. So today I'll be talking about how to overcome depression. How to overcome depression. Anyway, for you to get to the end of this video, sit back, relax, and listen. You know, while I was growing up, when I hear of people committing suicide because of depression and all of that, I'll be like, never get to that level. I'll be like, what on earth will ever make me to feel like even killing myself and all of that? So I always like try to judge people who go into committing suicide because of depression and all of that. I don't know, I just felt as if they don't really know the meaning of life, or they don't value their lives and everything. So I keep judging them and all of that. But until when I found myself in their shoe, you know, they say never judge a book by its cover. Or how do I put this thing? Don't judge somebody by mere looking at the person. You don't know what is pinching the person in his shoe. So you shouldn't just go ahead and feel, okay, she shouldn't have committed suicide, he shouldn't have committed suicide and all of that. People actually go through a lot and it pushes them to want to do things. You know, I've met people who have almost committed suicide, so for one reason or the other. See, life can be so frustrating. Life can be so frustrating. Even your school. Yes, I've heard of people who committed suicide because of their academic condition. Is it marriage? I've heard of men and women who committed suicide because of their marital problems. So even your home, the home you're coming from, even your friends, your relationship, like a lot of things could lead one into depression. So people really go through a lot in this life. Like there are a lot of things that pushes people into depression. So today I'll be sharing with you people my own experience. You don't think as if all life was rosy, clear, and no, I also went through depression. In fact, let me be honest with you people. I think I faced depression twice. Like, when I mean depression, you know that depression that will push you into wanting to just end your life. That was where I found myself twice. The second one was easy for me to come out of it because I had experienced depression before. So I just used the same steps that I'm going to share with you people today. That was the same step I used to come out of it the second time. All right, so I'll share with you people. Okay, how do I start? I finished secondary school. After my secondary school, getting admission was kind of really a problem. I finished secondary school 2010. Then imagine till now, I'm just in 300 level. You should imagine. So after secondary school, I was seeking for admission. I couldn't get admission. Like, Everything, it was just as if life was just against me. Is it my classmates? Like 90% of my classmates were already in school. They had gotten admission, moved on with their lives, and all of that. Is it my younger ones? My younger ones that after secondary school, I was still going to school with them, as in taking them to school and all of that. All graduated from secondary school and got admission. I've had a lot of talks, as in a lot of people said a lot of things like that will hurt me, that will keep me being down and all of that. But I tried to be strong. I told myself, no, Blessing, you have to be strong. Don't get depressed over these things. See, sometimes even when you're trying to be strong, you find an inner you that is being disturbed over those things. So that was what was happening to me, and everything was just piling up, piling. I kept applying for admission, and I kept failing. I apply, I fail. I was like, is it that the whole world is against me? Is it that the world is against me? And all of that. Then, boom, I got admission. Praise the Lord. Oh, God. Let me tell you what happened. So, when the first list came out, the admission list came out, I didn't see my name. I started crying. I was crying throughout that night. I called a friend and I was like, see, admission list is out and my name is not there. What am I going to say? And I said, is it that you only accept the good from God? So had it been now you got the admission, you'll have called me and be celebrating, praise the Lord, I've gotten admission and all of that. But now that you didn't get admission, you're crying. Did you even bother to sit and think or even to thank God for life and all of that? And I said, actually, I didn't. He then said, okay, go back, kneel down and pray and thank God for not getting the admission. I was like, what kind of philosophy is this one? Sha? I prayed and thanked God and I apologized for complaining and all of that. Then, was it 5 days after that night, that prayer, 5 days later, I got a call. Hello, is this Miss Miji? I said yes. Okay, you've gotten admission to Plateau State University. Oh my goodness. And then I was working as a receptionist in a hospital. The way I jumped, the way I jumped, to a point I slipped on the floor and I hit my backbone. My colleagues were like, it's not this one that you'll be celebrating and enjoy yourself. Oh, you better take it easy and all. So I was so happy. I was very, very happy. I went to the school. I did all my registration. When I mean all, I did everything. Finished before I came back to even come and resign, because my senior colleague was like, don't resign yet, to go there, make sure okay you've gotten everything in place before you come and resign. Before you go now, somebody will say this one is not complete or that one is not complete, and then you have to come back to come and start looking for a job. So why not finish? I said okay, fine, thank you. So I went to the school, finished everything. When I was done with everything, then I came, I wrote my resignation letter jejely. Then I left. I think I resigned today. The next day, I left for school, because the school was actually very far. Like, I think 700 naira going to the school. So it is in a different local government. So I had to leave and all of that. So I was so happy. You don't understand. I was calling people saying, okay, I've gotten admission. No, I've gotten admission. Like, I was thanking God. I even went to church. I did Thanksgiving for that admission because I really needed it. I did Thanksgiving. I was so happy. That was 2016. That was 2016. After everything, I went to school, started attending lectures and everything. Then I think it was towards their matriculation. You know, most schools don't do matric at once now and all of that. Like that one self delayed, because I had paid everything I was supposed to pay, even got accommodation, paid for my room, paid everything and settled and started schooling, writing notes, even wrote some tests. Until one day, when we were preparing for matric, then they now told us that um a set of you that came in direct entry, because I did diploma, those of you that came in direct entry are deregistered. The VC said we should deregister you people. I was like, sorry, it's like this English is new to my ear. I've never heard it. I started following up the processes and everything, and then they were like, we have to be sent back home. I can't remember, I think 16 of us or so. And we have to be sent back home. Oh goodness. I went as in from one place to the other, from one office to the other. I even went to the VC's office to plead, okay, even if you cannot take us for the 200 level, just send us back to 100 level. At least send us back to 100 level. The funny thing was that we all agreed, okay, we're going to pay money to JAM office for them to convert our DE numbers, registration number, to UTME number, so that we'll start from 100 level. We didn't care. I mean, we don't care. Anyone shall. We were ready to go through all of that, and then the VC said no. And in fact, he chased me out of his office, told the security to come and take me out. Oh, I was so angry. I was so angry. Then like, I didn't know what or what not to do at that moment. At that time also, I was into this relationship. Okay, I loved that guy with my entire life. When I mean my entire life, my entire being, you know, when you carry your entire love and put it on one person, that was what I did. I loved him with everything that made or blessing. I gave him my whole heart. That period that I was going through that admission issue, that I needed him the most, that was when Uncle called me and said, because I was like, Oga, you know all these things I'm going through. Yes, not even for once have you called me to say, okay, how are you? How are you coping with all this thing? The next response I'll get is, sorry, I've been meaning to tell you. Man, you are wicked sometimes. I've been meaning to tell you. What is it? He now said, it seems like that I'm not the will of God for him. So double heartbreak. Oh goodness, I fainted there. Everything was too much. Like, there were a lot of things I was going through that I cannot mention to you guys right now. There were a lot of things that I was going through on my head. It got me so depressed. The first step I took was, I stopped going to church. I stopped praying. Anything that has to do with God, I left it, because if I called my disciple and I told her, I said, help me to ask that your God. Why then did he allow me to go through all this? Why did he even allow me to resign to come to school, of knowing that he will come and let me down? I was so angry with God. I had to just let go. Like, I don't do God again. And I decided, okay, now I just want to live my life. I was so depressed. Every morning I wake up with tears and I go to bed with tears. To a point, my friends had to get me sleeping drugs. They came, put it inside my drink and gave me to take without my knowledge, just for me to sleep so that I will not cry. Because if I will lock myself inside my room, put music, so that people will not even know what is happening. I was not even willing to hear anybody's consolation. I will sit and cry. If you see me then, I think I'll look for one of my pictures of them and put for you to see. I turned to broomstick. I was crying. I wasn't ready to talk to anybody. Locked up myself. In my entire life, I don't know how alcohol tastes. I've never taken alcohol, but that period, I went out to look for alcohol just to take, so that I was like, okay, since people take, when I take it, maybe I'll forget all these things. Seriously, at that period, I was going through a lot. Is it the admission? Is it my relationship? And then I was going through some things that I can't say it here, but then I was going through a lot, like a lot, and I felt my life was just going. I just felt I was gone. I just felt there was no point of living in this life again. I just felt, let me just end my life. And that was where I came to conclusion. Just end your life. So I didn't know how to start. Should I hang myself? I was alone in the room. Nobody will see me. Should I hang myself? Should I use knife? I was not like, if I use knife, what if I choke myself and I scream? People will hear. I didn't know what to do. And I said, okay, I know what to do. I stayed at home. That day, my compound people were surprised. I came outside and I greeted all of them. I smiled, laughed with all of them throughout that day. And they were like, thank God, oh, at least blessing has calmed down. At least for her to come out, gist and everything. Guys, I took my bath, made up, dressed neatly, so that nobody will even suspect anything. And then in the evening, I walked out. Where are you going to? I just want to take a stroll. Guys, to the bush. I started walking down to the bush. I left my room around 6:30 p.m. and I went to the thick forest, thick bush, like only trees, rivers. You hear monkeys jumping, birds. That was all. And I was walking, going. I went inside. My plan was, I don't know how to swim. So that my plan was, if I go there, that big river, I'll just go and enter there and die there. Nobody will even know where I am or what happened. That was my plan. And I left. I didn't know that I was planning my own. God was also planning so. So as I was going, I don't know how come, one of the villagers there saw me, ran to school and told some people that they saw me going to the bush. And that was how 2 people ran after me, went and dragged. They came and met me. I was about jumping into the river. Let me just end my life there. So that was how they brought me back, and I cried. Since then they decided, this thing, no more leaving this girl alone. My friends took me from my room to go and stay with them in their own room and all of that. That was when I learned these steps I'm about to share with you people. I'm very sorry, the video is kind of long, but I tried to make it short and cut off some things, but you have to manage. So the first step I took was, I spoke to someone about it. So I made up my mind, okay, it's time to speak out. And called my friend, sat her down, and I told her everything I was going through. And I was crying, I was shedding tears, and I was talking. I was able to open up everything without hiding a single thing. I made sure I didn't hide anything from her. So I opened up, told her everything, and she spoke to me. You know, they say a problem shared is a problem half shared, right? And I strongly believe that. I agree with it. So after sharing with her, discussing with her, she advised me, talked to me, and you know the way she spoke to me, like, oh Helly, you're a darling. She spoke to me in such a way that she agreed with her. She was like, yeah, that's true. You know, actually, you should have killed yourself, sir. I don't know how to explain. There was a way she spoke to me that I felt, yeah, I have met someone that actually understands what I'm going through. Because it's not just all about the admission or the relationship. There were deeper things that were happening to me. So that admission and that relationship was more like a set free. I don't know. My English, you just have to was more like a way to set me free from those things on my head. So now these ones that I was looking up to have crushed. So I had to open up, and that was the number one step I took. Then secondly, believe that that thing you're going through is not the end of life. Yes, that was what she made me understand. She was like, ah, you think it's the end of life? She then started sharing with me her own. Started sharing things. She was like, it's not the end of life. So have I not come out of it? I'm out of it, so you too can come out of it. So believe that this thing, whatever it is you're going through, believe in your heart that it is not the end of life. It is not the end of life. It is only a stage you're passing through. Thirdly, know that somebody somewhere has gone through that same thing and has come out strong. Yes. When she told me her own side of the story, I was like, oh really? So somebody has actually gone through this and is out strong. I looked at her, I said, if she could go through this now come out strong, is it me that will not come out strong? So know that that thing you're passing through, somebody has gone through that thing and has come out strong. So you too can also come out strong. Then number 4, talk to God about it. Yes, I made a mistake by running away from God. You understand? I ran away from God. But after these things, I went back to God and I told God, God, this is it though. This is what I'm going through. I opened up to God and God compensated me. Oh, Jesus. That, you see that story? That gist is a testimony for another day of what God did. The compensation God gave me. I am where I am today because of what I went through that period. It is compensation for what I went through. You know, God told me something. He said, don't worry. I have a bigger and better plans for you. And I accepted. And it worked out. So that is it. Talk to God about it. As in, talk to, see, you know, when I'm talking about talking to God, don't go and kneel down and start praying and start crying. No, sit down like this and say, God, see. Talk to him like a friend, like a father. Talk to him and he will speak to you. Then finally, take a step out and make yourself happy. So since then I decided, okay, since I'm out of this, let me make myself happy. I started doing things, 1 or 2 things that will make me happy. And oh no. You know, I don't want this video to be too long, so let me just shorten some things. Honestly, that was how I was able to come out of it. Please don't forget, first of all, talk to someone about it. Number 2, believe it is not the end of life. Number 3, know that somebody has also gone through that thing. Number 4, talk to God about it. Number 5, make yourself happy. Try to find out what will make you happy and all of that. I don't want to say, number 1, talk to God about it first. You know why? Because I don't want it to look as if I'm being too religious or something. But that is the honest truth. These were the steps I took and I was able to overcome my own depression. So even the second time when I fell into another depression, I simply did, in fact, I changed this thing. What I did was, the number 1 thing I did was I then spoke to God, because this time around I didn't let go God. So I spoke to God about it, talked to him. After speaking to him, every other thing was settled. That's it. So please try this. If you're going through depression, or one day in one time or the other you find yourself in depression, please do follow up this. I'll write them down at the description box so you can follow them up. All right, thank you very much, guys, for coming this far. Thank you for listening to my story, my talk, and all of that. Thank you very much. Please, if you're yet to subscribe to this channel, do. Let's spread the gospel of MIJIB'S world. Let's get MIJIB'S world to 1,000. How about we've dwelled on this mountain for too long, for like so long. Please, let's try our best. Let's do well to subscribe to this channel, share this videos to as many people as you can. You never can tell, you could actually be saving a soul out there. Thank you very much. Bye bye.